Let me show you what they never wanted you to do. You see, now I have become a nightmare to them. Don't you think so? This is not religion. This is remembrance. You are not here to suffer and strive. You are not here to fight shadows all your life. You are not just a body walking through life. You are a condensed, a slowed down light. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are a light. Your body is full of light. But the reason why you can see this body and you can touch it is because that light has been condensed. And I mean condensed light shaped by spirits. I like to refer to the scripts of the Bible a lot. Why? Because that was the religion I journeyed through. So one day in the scripts, a man brought his son to the disciples of Jesus. The guy was filled with an unclean spirit. Guess what? The disciples did everything possible. They couldn't cast out the spirit. By then, where was Jesus? He wasn't there. He has stepped out. What was he doing? I'll tell you in a moment. Now pay attention. When Jesus returned, the man ran to him and said, "Please, Master, your disciples couldn't help me. Please help my son." And Jesus, he didn't kneel down in prayer there. He didn't say, "Okay, come, disciples, come together. Let's hold our hands together and pray for this guy because this spirit is too strong. Everybody stand up together," like how we see in our churches. Stand up, everybody stand up. Let's begin to clap our hands and pray for this sister because this unclean spirit. Oh, but you know what Jesus did? He rebuked the spirit. And instantly the spirit ran away. Instantly the spirit disappeared. And later the disciples came to him in private and asked, "Why couldn't we cast out the devil?" Notice what Jesus said. He says, "Because of your unbelief." That is the first one. And then he went on to say that some of these goeth not except by prayer and fasting. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the church got it wrong. This is where the deception started from. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Now, what kind of prayer was Jesus talking about? Because we never saw that when he came and the man brought the son, he said, "Okay, guys, hold on for me. We need 3 days fasting and prayers. We need to gather together. Give me 3 days. I want to go and fast and pray." Jesus didn't fast and pray. He stood there and dealt with the situation. Yet he was telling the disciples that this goeth not except by fasting and prayers. And even that they got it wrong. Now he was teaching them how to embody the light before you meet the darkness. So the time the disciples were there by themselves and Jesus was not there, he was embodying light. Now let me correct something here. The prayer he spoke about was not a prayer of a religious prayer. Like, Father, right now, our sister is not feeling well. Father, we pray right now, really healing right now for our sister. Let's gather ourselves and pray. Father, our brother is not feeling well. That was what the disciples were doing. And you see, check yourself. Check some of your churches. You notice that the day the elders come together to the house of the sick person and hold their hands and pray for the person, when they leave, the person will die. Hey, you see, you are fighting me because I am telling you the truth. And the truth I am telling you, I'm only reminding you. It's just remembrance. So what kind of prayer was Jesus talking about there? That was twisted. He was not talking about a religious kind of prayer of begging. He was talking about the prayer of stillness. What is the prayer of stillness? Meditation. Jesus was not talking about the prayer of shouting and making noise. There are times for those things, and I will explain that in a different video. He was talking about fasting and stillness in prayer. That is meditation. And when you check across your scripts, you will notice that the Bible talks more about meditation, yet the men of God don't teach about it. Why? Because the more you are in stillness and you are meditating, notice that this body you are seeing, this matter you are seeing, is a condensed light, a slowed down light. That is why you are seeing it as something solid, but in its actual form, it's light. Now, the more you stay in meditation, and you call your energies on yourself, which I'm going to teach that in another video, the more you stay in meditation, the more you go back to the light form that you were before it was condensed. Now, notice what the Bible said. What did Jesus tell you? He said that ye are the lights of the world. What does that mean? If you were not, do you think he would have told you? Why would he tell you something you are not? You are not understanding because you have been lied to by the matrix, by the system, by religion, so that you will be suppressed, so that you will not see the power that is inside of you. He was talking about stillness in prayer. Is it not written in your script when he said, "Be still and know"? What is he saying? You can only know when you are still. The very moment you are able to still yourself, be still. Okay, let me talk about it. For those who are still asking, I don't want you to come to the comment section and ask, okay, how do we be still? Now, this is how to be still. You notice the Bible said, before man became man, God breathed into man. Now, what is breath? Breath is the bridge between your spirit realm and the form realm. And when I talk about the form realm, I'm talking about the 3D realm. So it is the junction between the ethers and the physical realm. Now, when you take in a deep breath like this, and you hold it on the count of 4, and you release it on the count of 6, like, do you know what you have done? You have bridged time. You have stopped time. Okay, I won't go deep in that. But you see, search for truth. You understand what I'm saying. Now let's continue. I want you to know the truth. Stillness is the true prayer. And do you know what fasting does? Fasting is the energy purification. That was the power Jesus was carrying. That was why the spirit even fled without Jesus even trying. Now, I know you will ask in the comment section, what about the Garden of Gethsemane? Because the Bible said that Jesus prayed to the extent that his utterance could not be uttered by men, and even his blood, his skin popped out of blood. Let me show you what actually happened. That wasn't a begging prayer. That was a transmutation. His body was vibrating at such high energy that even his blood had to respond. That is what happens when spirit stretches beyond physical form. His utterance couldn't be heard by man. Do you know why? Because it was not for men, it was for realms. So understand this: stillness is power, fasting is fuel, and you are the light. The very moment your light starts burning, you don't beg shadows to leave. They leave immediately at the smell of that light. I know you are in the spirit listening to me, but hold on, take your time, taking a deep breath. Release it. How do you feel? How do you feel in your body? Anyway, bonus, I know you like what I'm wearing. This was made by Luxury Men Fashion. Contact them today and thank me later. But wait, you thought you heard my voice? No, not me, but you in me and I in you. We are one. You were actually speaking to yourself all this while, thinking it was I that spoke. I vanish now, not because of fear, but to show you this. Your higher self just spoke to you. As I dissolve into the ethers, I ascend.